Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are here to start, hopefully, the beginning of something great. Today we have the Deck Doctor series, and what this is all about is you may have seen on the social media platforms that I've posted on, in the Facebook groups, and on my Twitter page, which you can check out here in the top left-hand side of the screen. I'll be posting once a week, usually Monday, Tuesday-ish, that basically I'm looking for deck lists. From then, we have till Friday to obviously post deck lists that you think want some love and care and need some deck doctoring. And I will try my best to basically doctor that deck to try and make it as best as I can while still keeping it in theme. So we've had some amazing submissions from all sorts of different types of decks, all sorts of different people. There is one thing that I have noticed, and I guess the disclaimer is in order. I have seen a lot of Tortured Existence. A lot. And don't get me wrong, that deck is fun. So because of that, I've decided to cancel the Tortured Existence decks out of the deck doctrine. And the only reason is because clearly there's some absolute love, care, and attention for me to play Tortured Existence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that through and test it and throw it out as a normal video in a Pauper League. That's the idea. So because of that, I'm not going to pick a Tortured Existence deck, and I will play it in a video, an actual full-length Pauper League. So without that, moving on, it's time to get into the Deck Doctor. So I have chose a deck. There was about 3 submissions for a similar style deck, and what I decided to do is basically just pick the best one, not necessarily the best performing or whatever. I just picked one that stood out to me, and I thought I'd start there. So guys, let's dive right into Deck Doctor. It's Pauper time. Theatre in session. Here we are, and this is the actual 75 that was submitted by Benton Mordey. Congrats on this. So what this is Saprolings. It is basically a green black Saproling deck that uses Sprout Swarm, obviously Saproling of Migration, Fists of Ironwood, Scatter the Seeds, floods the board with Saprolings, whatever means necessary. Tuckertongue Thallid, Glimmerburn obviously gets a buff from this, and all that sort of stuff. And we have Echo and Courage to basically pump up all of our Saprolings and kill them from there. So I haven't touched this deck at all. I haven't played a single game with this, and I haven't changed the sideboard whatsoever. So with the sideboard, we have 3 Gleeful Sabotage, 1 Weather, 2 Might of the Masses, 2 Essence Scatter, 2 Duress, a Suffocating Fumes, 2 Essence Harvest, and 2 Foul Tongue Shriek. So looking at this deck, first of all, I think it has a lot going on for it. It has obviously the Scatters, the Sprout Swarms, and the Soul of the Saproling Migration, all which do mass like Saproling creation. With that, we've also got Thallid Shell Dweller, which is a bit of a big booted boy that kind of just makes Saprolings. We have Fists, which kind of, I don't really want to say breakthrough because it's a bit weird because everything's always a 1-1, but it makes 2 Saprolings. My initial thought, first and foremost, is I don't really understand the ceremonial knife. So that's a bit of a weird one that's standing out to me. The Bequethial is kind of okay, and I understand the interaction with obviously Village Rites on a Saproling. You can kind of enchant it, and then you can draw an absolute bunch ton of cards. We have Fungal Infection, which is obviously a removal spell that creates a Saproling. And we have Glimmerburn as like a kind of payoff. Things that stand out to me that are initially weak are these cards here. Obviously these as well. This is a bit weird. Like, it's a cool enchantment roll, but I don't think it's going to do much. I think it's fine against Affinity, potentially, because obviously you get that kind of exiling of the Mirren Force and things. But another thing that is clearly, obviously missing from this deck is removal or interaction in any way, shape, or form. You have 4 fungal infections, and that's kind of it. So that's one thing I'm worried about, is interacting with the opponent. Additionally, the other thing that I could potentially see as well is the Cloakwood Swarmer seems potentially a lot better in this list than Glimmerburn. You already want to be sacrificing your things to your village rights. So sacrificing a token kind of defeats the objective. Other thing is probably some sort of mass buffing, like something Rally the Peasants-esque. Is probably something that kind of stands out because you've got no real payoff. You make a bunch of Saprolings and that's kind of it. So I kind of want to see how this plays out. And what I'll do is I'll run it through an initial league, I will run it through a gaming tournament practice and I'll see how that game goes. We'll base that off and then we'll make some changes, jump into another game, make some changes, jump to a final game, see the changes, and that'll be the deck doctored list. So I think we're going to go 3 games, 2 lots of changes, and then a final list, I think, is where we'll head up at. So, guys, theatre in session. See you for the first game. So, we have the theatre in session, and this is our first hand. We have a Golgari Rot Farm, which is not doing anything, so that's an easy mulligan. Colony Garden, obviously a great one. We can keep this hand, I believe, and I'll probably just bottom. Probably the Tucker Tongue Talid. So we obviously have Echo and Courage. It is kind of like our Rally the Peasants impression, but I don't feel like it's gonna. It might not cut the mustard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Dark Moss first. That allows me to play Colony Garden into Village Rights. Gets us going. So this is effectively our Raise the Alarm. It's not going to be much more, much less, because we're not really going to pay 6 for it. You might get into the late game and you might have nothing to do. But ultimately, interesting that they've also went with the Dark Moss Bridge too. So the only reason I can see is they're obviously concerned about Ponza. That's one thing. So the Lightning Bolts that's great for us because we're just going boom. Thank you for the 2 cards for free. Easy. So we're probably going to play the Dark Moss Bridge and then the Saproling. So he's on like a Grixis. Okay. Munitions is a problem. Okay, so this makes me want to play the Forest and not the Dark Moss Bridge. And the reason is we get to hold up. So we're just going to cast this. We get to hold up Village Rights if he wants to throw something at it. So we're just going to play a bunch of Saprolings. Affinity is a great one because it kind of... I'm also curious why they run Lightning Bolt. So we'll kind of see how this goes. I'm assuming he's not going to throw anything like a land at it. He might play like a Wellspring and throw one. But Village Rights is a great card for obviously mitigating this sort of thing. We'll kind of look at playing the Fists. We're not going to Village Right here. So we'll probably just... Okay. So I'm going to play the Dark Moss Bridge. I'm going to hit for 2. I think I'm going to hit for 2. Yeah, I'm going to hit for 2. The Fist is obviously an awkward thing to happen because you have to have it resolved to make the 2/1/1s. So I'm going to play this and then just pass the turn. This card's really awkward in this deck, I think, because overall it's not actually a Saproling. So you kind of can't, you have to make work for it, the Echo Encourage to kind of go off. I also don't really want to Village Rites this again here, because I want to target this, and then at least I still get something out of it, I guess. That's a lot of Echo Encourages. So, put this on here. See if he does anything. See if they do anything, I should say. Nice. This is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to attack with 2 1/1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually only going to attack for 1, you know. This allows me to play this and Village Rites at the same time. Or in the same turn. And we're kind of going to set up for lethal here next turn. I feel a deadly dispute on its way. Boop, 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 boop. No deadly dispute. Lembas. Sure. I feel a GG on its way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here to scry here. No Crackling Shaman. So let's do this. Pay green, pay green. Whee! Look at my 1/1s, all my 1/1s. And then we're going to Village Rites this. Maybe Echo Encourage is enough as a Rally the Peasants. So, we're going to play this post-combat, and what we're going to do is a 1 mana open. So, we're going to attack. Boom. Then he's going to sack this to shoot this. Ready? And then we're going to go... Boom! Get doctored! Ugh. Nice. So, from that, sideboard. Minor masses, I can't... You don't really want to go tall. I don't really want anything else. I guess Gleeful's probably enough. We don't want to sideboard too much. This is probably fine to keep in. This guy. Maybe it is enough as removal, but he's a weak body. This is a bit awkward. These are kind of my issues to start with, so we'll take them out. We can. The O5 at least blocks a Mirror Enforcer. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay. Nope. No lands, no good. Malagano. Yeah, let's keep this, and then the fungal infection can go. A lot slower. A lot slower. You okay there? Alright then. So we're basically just gonna play this. And yeah, so we're just gonna play this out. Hopefully that's enough, and then play this plus the Evolving Wilds. So yeah, pass the turn here. Unfortunately, I have to open the window, it's a bit warm. Just gonna pass the turn. We're gonna put a spore counter on this. This is the problem. This is a bit slow. Like, it might not be. Put this on here. You might like cast down this or something. No. Okay. I'm just gonna pass. Yeah, unsure about this one because it doesn't really attack. So. I think must be obviously have consideration for Ponza if they're obviously running Evolve on Wilds and Darkmoor Bridge. Or Dark Moss Bridge, I think it's called. This is super slow. 3 spore counts. So we've got this again. So let's get a black sauce here. Get a swamp. Get a swamp. Swamp. Okay. So let's start cooking with gas. Boom. Echo wind through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Swedish. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I don't even want to attack because I want to hold up village rights. I want to scatter the seeds plus village rights. So I'm not even going to attack. So I guess we're praying for. We can kind of beat makeshift munitions to be fair. Okay, so let's pay green, pay green, pay green. 2. Make 3 1/1s. Right. Gleeful Sabotage. So Death Spore's not really doing anything. The poor little 1/1. Right, we're going 3 1/1 for them. Okay. So let's put this. First of all, let's do this. If I conspire this, tap these 2. 1, 2, 3. Tap 2 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can still do this, right? So we conspire. So we choose a target factor enchantment. So let's get rid of this. And let's have 2 untapped dudes. Conspire. And let's conspire one of these. Conspire. So let's go change it to this. And let's see what happens. Oh, it was destroy. I meant to click on the wrong one. Okay, not that I'm mad. It would have been a red source down as well. I wasn't really paying that much attention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, okay, so then let's pass the turn. Crackland Shaman's our biggest worry as well. It's one card that we do have to be concerned about. There's an indestructible land. Murder Enforcer, sure. And step. Let's remove 3, make a 1/1. Boom. We have 8 1/1s. Okay. Also okay. Oh. So I'm gonna do this. Get that ball rolling. 3 cards in hand. Do I just start swinging? Probably. This might prevent him from blocking too. Nice. Did. No. What the? What the? What the? No! Let's go! I should I can't sack it, so. Let's go! So, after that game against Affinity and how I've like watched it play out, so 18 lands doesn't feel like a lot. It feels probably enough, but I'm unsure. So, these are the cards in question. This probably needs to go to the sideboard. Right, so put all this in a big line. Them and these. I actually like Courage. Echo and Courage definitely surprised me there. Village Rites again was also a solid one. But Glimmerburn, again, not really a card that's excited me too much. I know I didn't see it, but it's not a card that I'm be overly excited about. This is Lose Life. So, we have a couple of new interesting cards we could potentially try. This is an interesting one. Not a card that excites me too much. 4 mana is a lot. The other option too is, where is it? There is a Cloak. Keeper. Nope. Swarm. This card seems very strong. So what it does is whenever one or more token ends the battlefield, it gets a +1 counter. It makes Fist seem reasonable and also feeds the rest of this stuff. That's one initial thing that I can see. I'm going to put this in this pile. Put these here. Another thing is actual removal. So something like Cast Down is a solid option. Maybe even Chainer's Edict too. That's definitely an option there. Another card I could consider here is Biograph too. I'd probably, if that was the case, I'm probably less likely to cut this card. Again, it's just another thing that makes Cloakwood Swarmkeeper a threat, as well as Biograph. Like, they feed each other, if you know what I mean. So, that's my initial thoughts. So, the main 2 cards I need to go are these 2. Night Soil maybe go in the sideboard. Not 100% sure just yet. Actually, probably not. Glimmerburn. So these 4 are definitely coming in, and the fungal infections can kind of go to replace Cast Down. I probably would put the fungal infections actually in the sideboard because they're a reasonable card against something like fairies too. Which helps things resolve for a lot cheaper mana. That's my initial thoughts so far. I guess the Dwellers are just super clunky. Happy to get rid of those. And the Tuckertongue, Thalids, probably get rid of those. And maybe I don't want the Groffs, but I guess what I do want is Ent here, which is, could definitely see 2 copies of those. Probably cut down on one of these and add a let's see if I have any. Let's add a Haunted Mire. We'll keep Glimmerburn in. I can see that being okay. I also don't mind going to full 4 of these. This allows you to throw them out there. I'm okay with running 1 of these. I'm not super hyped about it, but I think it's fine. I also don't know the name of the actual Screech and Nuka. Is the Jun one? No. Is the Jun one? No, it's a bad one. It's the Forest Plains, Swamp Island Mountain. I guess we'll have to go buy some Nuka lands. So now we've all of a sudden gained 2 Riveteers out. Overlook. Easy. So that's kind of where I'm thinking. So these get black. That's an extra. I don't really think we need this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I could probably cut the rock farm for a bridge. Again, I'm not 100% sure what the reasoning behind the Dark Moss bridges. I'm guessing it's probably for Ponza. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this and take these 2 out. So that's 16 lands. So if we add another one of these and another forest, that kind of fixes the mana base issue. I have 3 of these, so I'm going to do this. This allows us to gain some life too. And then, what else do I want? Do I want more village right effects? I could say that. I also kind of think I want one, at least maybe 2 of these actually. And I'm going to try this, not saying it's good, but just an idea. And I want 2 more village right effects, so we'll just pop 2 of these in. And that kind of sorts the main deck out. So moving on to the sideboard, Essence Warden seems great in theory, but I think Weather the Storm probably just better, but maybe not. We'll try 2-2 split. Gleeful Sabotage, another card that's also good for affinity, but it's not. It's a strange one. It's probably better against Bogles than it is affinity. I'd say the Glamour probably gets that slot a little bit better. Not a fan of Might of the Masses. This split's really odd. So this is target player loses X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Again, pretty weird. And then these 2 are obviously, if against Fog will be my thought process there. I think I'm happy with just 2 of those. I would maybe even consider splashing a white source for, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a 1 black and a white, deal X damage by X number of creatures you control. Something that's generally ran in Elves. I would add a second Fumes. And my last 2 cards would probably be Chainer's Edict. Just for when you need removal. I am okay with that. So you've got 4 cards here against Burn. You've got 3 cards against 5 cards against Bold. Well, 7 cards, I guess, a lot more. Maybe you need less Gleeful Sabotages. Maybe we want the Glamours. Maybe we also want Graveyard hit too. Terror's obviously a big thing. I'm actually... Let's see if you can go down to 1 of these. Go up 1 here. And then we'll go 3 relics, I think. Maybe try 1, 2, 3. Maybe even 2. 2 might be the right number. I'm happy with that, I think. I'll cut Probably duress. No, do you know what? I'm actually going to cut the foul tongue because we've got cast down and chainers to deal with Stonehorn Dignitary kind of decks, and then you're kind of relying on duress here to. Maybe we need one. And then maybe we don't need any affinity here. I feel like the more I'm thinking about this, the white splash may be good for like a obsidian acolyte as well, because we're really cold to Crackland Shaman. My next concern is 4 Echo Encourages is quite a lot. That's my next concern. I also maybe think 6 of these is probably quite a lot too. So we'll see how this goes. And we'll jump into another game. So guys, we are here for game 2. And this is a pretty awkward one, unfortunately. If it didn't end, it would probably be keepable too. Oh, we've got double end. Fists number 2 could probably go. I'm going to do this more just to save time. I'm going to get Haunted Mire. And let's see what we're against. Forest. Forasto. Avacyn's Pilgrim. Okay. Let's do this. And again, we'll do this to save time. We can play a Haunted Mire because we're just going to play probably a Sprout Swarm. We're into walls. Walls, eh? Probably something we can't just hard beat. We're pretty cold to walls, to be honest. Again, it's a 4 mana. Okay. This is fine. Let him get whatever he wants to get. Probably no Axebane Guardian. We have a cast down for it. Yep. We're just going to throw this out there. Cast. We made a 1-1. It's actually a good one for us. Put this on the 1-1. Oh, this 1-1 has trample. So we can cast down the Axebane. Which is fine. Axebane, sure. White. Red. Assume like a tuk-tuk or something. So let's kill this now. So let's attack. Right. He'll probably block. We'll Echo Encourage 1. Yep. He takes 6, kills the tuk-tuk, which is also great. And then we'll village right one of these to try and get some lands and stuff. Nice. This is great because this interaction is just really strong for us too. Kind of gets us somewhere. And he's kind of got... Hopefully he's got nothing really to go off. And we'll start buyback on the Sprout Swarm. Let's Doctor. If we can beat his walls, player, it'd be pretty cool. Drift. Drift of the Phantasm. Or an Axebane, I'm assuming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still village rights, but we can't cast down. That's interesting. So getting this big early is like really important. Here we go. Play a land, bounce a land, play the Axebane. Sure. Let's send them, and then we'll block. The one that gets blocked by the Shield Wall Sentinel. This, we will Village Rites. Kind of didn't really get there, unfortunately. Play this. This gets +1 per score. And then we'll kind of look at passing the turn, I think. Hopefully he doesn't have freed plus combo. He has a lot of mana. 1, 2, 3. This is 10 for 4. So kind of hoping he doesn't have like Alchemist. Alchemist or freed is a big thing that but I'm assuming by this he does. Yeah, let's transmute, sure. Galvanic, Alchemist. Is he just going for it? Sure. We're going to kind of make him have it because he doesn't have a wink on right now. He still has an untap. Interesting if he decides to use it now or if he decides to tap everything. He's on 12 as well, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we could also try and gain lethal by... I'm just going to wait until see if he has a wink on. Yep. That's enough. Cool. So, Walls is a difficult one anyways. So you kind of want Chain... Maybe. No, actually probably not. Fumes is probably okay. Shriek's probably good at killing quickly. Same with Mark. Wood. Maybe we just put all removal in. Slow right down. Got this. See, there's two ways you could go, I feel. And that's, you could either go super aggressive and just try and kill them really quickly, or you could slow it down and try and kill everything. And I've kind of went for a mix of both-ish. I don't really like Glimmerburn, it's really not sticking with me. I really don't like the idea of... Okay. Drop roll this, seems solid. So we're going to lead on this. And then pass the turn. And then we're going to Colony Garden, attack for 2, play end, and then sacrifice end. Sure. We only need the 1 black source, to be fair. Shield. 2. I'm assuming he's not blocking. Into the next end step. Crash and Drawbridge, yeah? Probably just going to get a Forest here. Because we only need the 1 black source, to be honest. Forest. And Taparino. Fists is pretty good, actually. Do we Fists or do we... I probably should have put the black sauce there. Oops. Misclicked. I just instinctively did it. So that's a 3. And that's... 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't really matter which one we do, so I guess we do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets +3. We're not going to attack because I'll just block here. We could then kill. Actually, maybe we should have, because we could have killed it without convoking the Saproling. Yes, you can make a bunch of balls. Wind away. This is gone from 3 in hand, sure. I made a 1/1 and it's 4/4. Okay, gets bigger. Untap. Cloak, eh? So let's go cloak. Play black sauce. Put this on here. Swing. And then we have lethal next turn. So we just kind of have to hope to avoid lethal here. We 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we wouldn't add lethal there anyways. There's 6 cards in hand, 3 we know. So we're just hoping to avoid Bubble Fort. So we're just hoping to avoid being comboed this turn. That's great. That's great. I don't think in combos now he can shield wall, get drift, get whatever. But he just can't quite kill us, right? Oh. I don't think I want to play this. I'm unsure. 3 blockers. 8. Yeah, I think I do. So I on F6 through my turn. 1, 2, 3. He's only got 3 walls, so tapping this means he taps out with this. But he can play the overgrown battlements. But then he can't tap this. So he has to tap this for like blue, tap this. Has 2 blue floating, I guess. Then this taps for 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he can play this, which is probably what he should do anyways. Which makes him play these, set up, and go from there. So he's making a bunch of blue. Blue, blue, green, sure. Green, blue. Play overgrown battlements. Oop. Tap this for 4 blue. He might play the mnemonic wall actually. He's not, he's playing a lead. Interesting. Okay. He gets Quirion, overgrown battlements. He gets to play the overgrown battlements. Quirion. He might actually be able to combos now, you know. That's time for 5. He gets this. Then he gets to untap this. Walls, man, walls. Are we 1 turn off? This is what I mean. Like, imagine if we had 0 removal like we have. Like, we wouldn't even be in this game. Yeah. I think he might be able to do it. Unsure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something for 7 mana he's got. Yeah. I think he might be able to do it. I'm unsure though. He needs to get freed. Yeah. And he gets freed, and then he frees, and then he untaps. He actually then gets he does this until he mnemonic walls. No, he doesn't. Yeah, no, wait. Maybe not. There's 4 cards. Mnemonic Wall gets lead. Yeah. And then it leads to try and find a win con, so he's still digging here. Totally agree. But fair enough. That's the lead. I don't think he's got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two. Yeah, so we can't quite buy back this. Maybe I should have attacked less to make I could buy back this. Pilgrim, sure. Couple of moments, also sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Robbery, moments, drift. We don't have any. 8 cards. So let's cast this. Green, pair 1. 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 goes to 2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attack with everything. See where he blocks, and then cast a Foul Tongue Shriek. Untap target creature. You got it. He might let damage through. He might not let damage through. It all depends on if he how much he blocks on the Cloakwood. To be honest. And that's the interesting thing. Yes. This is fine. What a close game. This is fine. He has lethal here too, so it's totally just 4. Ah. Block the plant, it's scary. So again, we're just now hoping that that's okay. Let's cast this. Tag opponent. You're on 2, is it? 3? Or 2, sure. Whop. Play this, get a swamp, I guess. And see if we die. So he has infinite mana, it's basically just does he have a win con? And that's all we're gonna wait for. And here's the win con, he drew a drift. Is where it is. There's an invoker, and we're dead. He's on 3. Close enough. So, going back to that. Excuse me. Merkle Bat is fine. Scatter's fine. I don't like the Glimmer Burns. Let's have a little look. Green, black, 4 tokens. Let's see what we're working with. Maybe Tukatung Paladin's the best thing we've got going on. I don't think this is it. Maybe fungal too. Fungal. Um. Saprolings. The reason I put Ent in as well is it's pretty free to run it. You fix your mana anyways, and also later on in the game, it's basically an Ash Barrens that you can play as a 6 mana 5/7. The downside to running it is pretty slim to none. So let's have a look. This guy too, but I know that guy kind of cuts it. What are all these? I'd like to run these. Let's go to mana value and go on. I don't know why none of this is not showing up, but okay. One cost cards. I think I'm gonna have to just put Tucker-Tongue in as a 2-of because I can't really figure out what else to put in. I think that's probably okay. Sprout Swarm's pretty good because you can just throw them away. The 1-of Death Spore Fallid's fine at like throwing it to kill a creature, especially with the Mirkwood Bats payoff. I could see that. These are fine against Terror. They're good against Bogles. Mono red. Right, let's dive right in. Here we are. Let's rock and roll. No black sauce as of yet, but that's fine. See what we're against. We are on the player. We're going to go Garden into Fists. That produces 3 tokens as early as turn 2. Perfect for what we need, because then we can just scatter the seeds all over the place into Echo and Courage. We're against Burn. This is good because we kind of get to test the waters here. So this time we need to avoid... What are we avoiding? End the festivities. Does he have a mountain? Yes. Great Furnace. Implement, sure. They're in a land or not? Sprouts. Okay, let's put this on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's pass the turn. And then we're going to scatter the seeds into try and Echo Encourage for lethal. Sure. Let him build up his board, do his thing. And then we kill him. Kill him with fire. End the festivities is kind of what we're avoiding here. Some don't run it in the main, so this is Lightning Bolt. Oh, snap. Is one of these getting bolted? No, he's just bolting face. That's great. And then we'll go end step. Green, 1. 1, 2, 1, 6, 7, 3, 7, 3 is 21. Lethals. 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 Turn 4 kill. Who's the mono red deck now, boy? So, with that being said, we're going to fire these in. We're going to put this in. I think the Foul Tongue's actually not the worst idea as well. He is probably on Kuldotha too. So, that is another one. So, where do we want to go here? So, we don't want Cast Down, I don't think. We probably don't want Tuk-Tung either. Doktor Decks, and then 1 card, probably My advice though is, first of all, for anyone, run Corrupted Conviction instead of Village Ride because it has much nicer art. Look at that. Look at that baller. I'm going to keep the Merkle Bats in. Why not? Who the red deck now, boy? Okie dokie. I don't think we can keep this. Malagano. This I think we can. We probably put the duress back. Let's rock and roll with this. This is the main thing I want to test, is how good Essence Scatter is in this situation. Mainly because I think it's probably not going to be as good as we expect it to be. Okay. So this is getting bolted, so that makes me want to play this first. Over playing the Cloakwood. I'll accept the Cloakwood getting weaker to gain 2 extra life. We could have also played the Cloakwood and made him choose. This is most likely surviving. Ouch. Charlie, that hurt. I'm just going to play double Cloakwood, hope for the best. Don't get cast into the fired. Get a swamp. Please don't cast into the fire, me bro. Please don't. No, no, no. Don't tap another land. Don't tap another land. Yes. Let's go. No, no, no. Don't do it. God damn it. Into. Oh, God. Oh, God. Not like this. Nice and on time, bro. Well, we'll give it a couple of draws. I don't think we're drawing out of this one. Cinture. Yup. Tip for 3, sure. Yes. Let's try Suffocating Fumes and then have a staring competition. I like the idea about that. Blast Runner. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Your 1/1 can gain trample. Your turn. Is on what, 19? Oh god, it's 15. Oh no. Casting the fire. Casting at the fire number 3. Nope. Okay. Why you got mismatch mountains too? Come on, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 hit 4. Yeah. I will take 6. Sure thing. No. Now we're casting the fire. Is there a reason for that? I don't know. I see. Club Mayor. So there's one card none. YOLO. Block here. Block here. See what happens. For us, though, is not good. So we get a gain 2 and basically hit for 4. That's 1 card and we're not blocking, so we're definitely attacking, but are we casting this? Probably. We're gonna die within the next couple of turns, so puts us to 11, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me. Yep. Cool. Next game. Next game, sir. Next game. Yep. Maybe 20 lands is too many. Unsure. Unblink. Wait. Oh. We didn't bring these in. Essence 1 really didn't do anything there. I must admit. It was pretty poor. And so it's this Foul Tongue. Especially with all the cast fires, it's probably worse. Fungal's fine. Essence 1's okay. Village Rights, probably cut 1. Got 3. I'm still going to keep the Mirkwoods just in for potential. This is actually okay. So, yeah, let's go for it. It's a bit slow, but it's okay. Because we have to get the green source through this. I'm going to get this now. Purely to save time. Yes. Can we have another land, please? But, oh well, this'll do. At least we got a village right here, so when he bolts the Essence Warden, we can village right to the way to try and find another land. He doesn't even bolt it. What is going on? Yeah, I'll take the one life. Thank you. We don't block. We don't block those. So. Yes, sir. I'm going to put this one on here first because this one's harder to resolve. Oh, shield. We're pretty close, obviously, being able to... Don't bolt this. Oh, come on. Yep, at least we got this to resolve first, I guess. Maybe we should have something with toughness increasing in the side. Something like Spider Cells or something. We just gotta keep grinding. 18 lands and stuck on 2, to be fair. Well, we've got 20 lands, I guess, and we're stuck on 2. When's Divine is the second. Let the cast into the fires commence. I guess this is probably the biggest downside about this deck. Is red just has access to so many. End of Festivities is a surprising card to have in the sideboard, to be fair, when you have access to 4 casts in the fire. Oh my god! This. So we have block 1 village right if we want to. We probably want to. Yep. Yep. And the lightning bolt. At least the lightning bolt's gone. 3. So we blocked the 2, I think. We blocked one of the 2s. Do we trade? We trade with this. Yeah, I'm going to try and trade with this. Just alleviate some pressure. We take 2 here, go 11. That dies. Calningan, not the worst. Not awful. I'm going to play this land. I think I'm going to pass. We have 4, he has 4 cards in hand and 2 Swift Spears. It's pretty bad. It also doesn't gain life either. Pretty brutal. We can use the Sprout Swarm to block if we feel necessary. We're going to hit for 6 here. We're probably going to block with a plant token. Is probably where I'm at. No, it's not F6. Mono red be mono red. It has a lot of X1 hit, which is the biggest downside to this. So we take 3, go down to 8. feel like I can I wait a turn on the weather? If I can wait a turn, I'm laughing because I can play Mirkwood Bats and Colony Garden. Allows me to losing one life, put 2 creatures onto the battlefield, and then kind of try and Sprout Swarm my way to victory, and then kind of Sprout Swarm Weather, or Sprout Swarm Echo Encourage Weather, whatever. I think I'm going to grade this out. Kind of going to hope he just doesn't have 2 burn spells. Basically. Found his 3rd land, so now it's 3 burn spells. It could just bolt. Star, sure. So we're gonna block 1. Definitely block 1. We'll see how much he looks to tap now here. Crack Star, sure. Rah. Bolt the bat, sure. So block the plant, take 3. 4. So block here. Okay. Pass the turn. Blast from there. Jesus. 4, 5, 6. Whap whap. So we kind of want to go Sprout Swarm Weather, gain 6, hope that's enough. Into Scatter the Seeds. 3, 6 we're taking at worst. So if he has 3 lands in hand, we are taking 6 right now. Crack Blood, sure. 4. Played no spells. So I'm going to do this. Hello. Let's cancel that. Let's move to blocks. I'm going to block here, I guess. Yeah, let's block here. Okay. Into Echo Encourage. Let the trade into weather. Oh, 3, 6, 9. So we take 4 here. Kill a Swift Spear, hopefully. We got 9. It's fine. And then start scatter shotting. No, leave your 1/1s at home. 2 cards in hand. Andy gets a bolt. God's sake. This is frustrating. He bolted Saproling. Or is he bolting me? He's bolting me. Okay. So we have Scatter Seeds for the 3 goblins. We can block this. Take them 1. At the moment. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. So I can play all of these. Which is fine. The 3 1/1s go, the 1/1 goes as well. Really flips an end. No, okay. So we're taking 3 here. I guess we just try and trade for this instead of the 1/1s, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello. Then we move to blocks. Block here. Block here. Block here. Block here. Take 2. Okay, then we kick at this as well. Buy back this, sorry. So I'll trade. We take 2. That dies. These 2 1/1s die. We're in no way in the clear. Epicure puts 3, so we die to a Bolt. Not good. Not good. He's just gonna play a Bolt. Oh no, he's just... Bam! The Red Menace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So we can play 2 1/1. So we block this. Take 1, 2, 3. So we die. GG. So for the final doctoring, I guess, of this, I think Merkle Bat is okay. It wasn't great there when we did see it, but it's fine against like the slower decks, like the ephemera decks. One thing is, I'm unsure on which way to go about this. I think you either go all in on Essence Warden or all in on Weather. I'm kind of leaning towards, I don't think Essence Warden's great, but the fact that you can use it later on is probably okay. So what I'm going to decide is basically go to full 4. I'm happy with this. This is kind of alright, the sideboard. I'm kind of happy where that's at. These are fine. I think I would like 2 more sort of raise the alarm effects here. I'm fine with the end. Again, I think that's okay. I'm really not happy about this Tuckatung Valid. I think it's fine. And that's kind of where I'm at. It's probably the card that probably needs change the most. The other card that's quite situational is probably Echo and Courage. So you kind of want probably 3 of those. It's just trying to figure out what you kind of want to put in. You want early aggression too, so I'm going to say you want this here, like this. 3 Echo and Courage is fine. Like, you do want to see the card, but you also don't want to be loaded with them. And you kind of have other payoff for creating tokens, like these and the Cloakwood Swarmkeeper. And this card is house. This card's awesome. It's weird that Glimmerburn's obviously a great top deck later on because you can pump it straight away. But Cloakwood Swarmkeeper just gets big so easily, especially with Sprout Swarm. That I think it's probably worthwhile. The other cards you could probably run is like Deadly Dispute, but I think being 1 mana is really crucial. The mana base was sort of okay. Maybe could easily cut End and just go 4 Phalids and just accept the Phalid. I think if I could think of a better 1-drop, green 1-drop, that's kind of like token creation or Saproling creation, then I'd put that in instead, but at the moment I can't think of anything, so Ballid's kind of the best thing you've got. And it's okay with Village Rites, and it's okay to put a fist on it, because at least you get a Sapling out of it. So not the end of the world. I could even see probably putting 1 Glimmerburn in. The 2 Fungal Infections are okay against Fear, which is kind of why I decided to have it in. The 4 Cast Down's obviously key, because you want some sort of interaction to kind of just fight anything. Like this 1 of Death Spot Phalid and then 4 Fungal Infections just probably isn't enough. The Duresses are really well positioned as well, moving back to the sideboard. Like I could see going full 4, but it's just interesting what you want to cut. The other thing I guess you probably want is some sort of +1/+0 in the sideboard. Or I guess you just kind of want maybe the 4th Echo and Courage to fight against that. Maybe. It's just finding space. I think 3 is probably fine. You just kind of hope you gotta play around the end the festivities effects as best you can. That's kind of where I'm at. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I will be having a Torch Existence deck where I will run through a league and test it a bit more myself. But this is also an insight in like my testing process. Kind of this is how I test things out anyways. Like I generally run it through Torrent practice, see how I get a feel for the deck. Generally I dismiss certain matchups, like I accept their Walls was not a great matchup, but I wanted to feel how the deck felt there. The Mono Red and the Infinity were obviously great matchups, like great matchups to test against. And obviously, as you can clearly see, we have a really big weakness against Cast into the Fire and also End the Festivity effects. But slower effects we can kind of work our way around, like we've seen in Affinity, where we can kind of work our way around Fiery Cannonade with Echo and Courage, and also Sacrifice effects. And Swarm Keeper gets bigger than Fiery Cannonade and Cast into the Fire if we can work our way around it. But yeah, pretty cool. I really did enjoy playing this deck. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you'd like to see more, please keep an eye out for the feeds on the social media platforms like Facebook groups and Twitter, where you'll see me post, obviously, asking for deck lists. If you want your deck list on this channel and a shout out, obviously, thank you for Benton and Mordey for submitting this deck. It was really fun to play. And I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck doctrine. Theatre operation successful.